This is the Ontario City Hall, the Ontario Senior Center. The entity is stalking at the street lights that psychopathic faces they're monitoring together. And they're hovering over the senior citizen complex. I just want to be clear, from this direction, you have to continue west to be hovering. Then they're flying down lower at a lower elevation, repeating that same conduct over the Stater Brothers parking lot. This is the absurdity of stalking and then documenting the fact that an airport is stalking. And this is also the reason for, and the prosecution, the shutdown. The Ontario International Airport is being shut down as a sex offender, as a terrorist, and also the mentally ill that are incompetent. They cannot be trusted with regard to the mentally ill that are maintaining an airport in the state of California. The Ontario International Airport is indeed a national security threat. The mentally ill are maintaining this criminal system using the commercial airline planes and using the airport itself. The entity is heightening in elevation, but then you're trying to reconcile what they're doing over the Stater Brothers parking lot. That's the psychotic pattern of conduct. This is why you document the demon possessed, because they're highly unintelligent. Okay, they're just malicious. They're not smart though. Okay, the entity's engaging that third party that's driving around with no headlights on. They're still stalking in the path. Remember, it's an engineer light. While they monitor my documentation, engaging there, it's impossible to contradict or rebut the evidence of what they are doing. You will never make sense of the fake sun. Everybody already knows that you're stalking with light. This is the P.O.C. It is currently 9:07 p.m. The entity is indeed stalking environment. My shadow is traveling across here, but let me give you here you go. Here's my shadow here, upright over here. Securitas is gang stalking on the shopping, excuse me, it looks like a shopping cart, on the golf cart. They're monitoring. Here's my shadow up here. Here's another one beside it. Here's my shadow up right here on this wall. Securitas is stalking in the path with light. All right, and they do, when they drive light, you see that little spotlight? They molest my person with impossible light activity. And they're engaging in what is sexual assault and battery while they do so. They are demons that are operating vehicles, operating planes, operating helicopters, and it's the specific environment. It's as supernatural as the fake sun over this entrance. As you see, during the 10 a.m. hour, I step outside and it's still over the entrance. After 12 p.m., I step out after 4 p.m. and it's still there at the same entrance. They're demons. You're looking at demonic activity, and I'm removing what is the veil so you're aware that demonic activity is supposed to appear real to you. Okay, that person is real. That light source in the sky is real, but it's not the natural environment. They're demons, and this is demonic. And I'm going to prosecute for sexual violence. I'm going to prosecute for stalking. I'm going to prosecute for what is surveillance by the mentally ill who are demon possessed. It is currently, again, 9:08 p.m. This is where the airport is flying, deviating far from the airport to then hover here. And then you're also mindful of what they're doing when they're flying north of this location over the Arco gas station, over the bus stop, when they're stalking over there, over Tracy Banks's Woodside Senior Apartments, which I documented them stalking me there. When they're flying west to the Stater Brothers parking lot, what are you doing there? Flying over the entrance when I'm at the front entrance of the Stater Brothers. What are you doing there if this is where you're taking off? Which is not a takeoff. It's miles from there, but this is that inconsistency. And these are the demons that just pace around. No brains. They don't have a strategy. It's not organized. They never plan to be exposed. They don't have a plan for this. This is the time that Satan is being exposed and prosecuted. This is P.O.C. It is currently 9:09 p.m.